You talk.
All right, we're going live right
I
now.
still remember the name.
We can't not. Hey yo, on some real shit. I know people was like going in on Crackdown and whatnot. We even participated a little bit in the bait and switch that they did. But they about to patch they about to nerf the bosses. Why people doing that? They about to nerf the bosses because people saying they're too tough. I didn't even got a chance to play the game yet.
Bro, they're nerfing bosses in the game that has auto aim,
Bro,
aim
that
hit, like aim.
I remember they did that on God of War Ascension, the Trial of Archimedes, man. That was a good ass challenge. I got
The
my
trial
ass
of
whipped a little
Archimedes.
bit. It was hard, but it was doable. I
The
got these
trial of Archimedes.
the but they I remember they made it easier because people was complaining. I don't understand these people.
Trial of Archimedes.
That's why these games is a lot of these games you play and you die 3 times in a whole playthrough and shit. Like that's not supposed to happen, especially on hard mode. Where the gummies? Hey, see, hey, the notifications is out already this time. Hey, chat, we had another stream going for about 3 minutes, but YouTube ain't sent no noties out, so we went ahead and restarted the chat. What's up, chat? She said Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Archimedes, though. This must be a fake video. No. You ain't beat a game all year? It's only February. A lot of people ain't beat games.
Shit.
As long as you ain't lying about beating the games, then you cool. Yeah, man. If the
Oh,
game,
we got 250 watching. Oh, lit.
yeah, we gonna start the show as soon as we get 500. Make sure y'all tweet the stream out because y'all know YouTube don't automatically share the videos no more. We gotta all YouTubers have to manually do it. We
Yeah,
don't know
man. Share
why.
the stream out.
We don't know why, but they did it.
Share the shit out, man. Share the stream out, or I get
Kingdom
mad.
Hearts walkthrough was lit.
Kingdom Hearts is fire, man. It's just super easy this year. This
It's
time
super
around.
easy. There are some great things about the game, but there are also some things that was kind of tough. Like, I had a hard time keeping up with all the story. It was a lot.
I will say I'm now patient for like if they ever think about bringing a new one. I'm very, 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 very
Man, I
patient.
don't want to see another one of those for at least 3 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm very, very patient.
That's most games though. Like single player games, give me 3 years. I think is enough for them to do a good job of putting out a game and and also enough time for us to miss the game. You know what I mean? When you put a game out every year, like how am I gonna get a chance to miss this?
Well, I'm impatient with God of War. I ain't gonna lie.
But even that 3 years, I mean that came out last year. They
Yeah.
put out another game in 2021, 2022. I think that's probably a good time to put it out. I don't want to see another God of War next year. I don't.
Speak for yourself. I'm fiending.
You fainting?
Even that game was good, man. What makes me want it more is when you see Thor at the end, like there's some shit, like some shit finna happen. Man.
You ran a whole
But then
podcast. Go ahead, Ricky. I'm sorry.
no, it's cool. It's like but then what fills in that gap is then like Last of Us 2 then drops, and I'm like, all right, cool. Now I got that to look forward to. You know what I'm
My
saying? Like,
thing
bring it on.
is, I'm always looking forward to brand new games, like those I feel deserve the most support. Because if you don't support them, you won't get any. They'll just keep giving us sequels. This is all the companies. This is not even boiled down to just Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and whoever. If you don't support brand new games, they're gonna assume you don't want new games, and they're gonna give us, God of War 8, Gears of War 15, Forza 15.
Crackdown 4.
Uncharted 15. That's what they're going. If y'all don't go and buy
Crack.
Sunset Overdrive and Horizon and all these games like that, y'all gonna get stuck playing the same old shit, and then you're gonna be complaining about it. Oh, this dude, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a disappointment. A lot of people saying that. I didn't think it was a disappointment. I understand what some people are saying, but it wasn't a disappointment for me. But I can understand why people were saying that. Too many sequels destroy games. I agree with that. I'm going to add the too many sequels too fast destroy games because like How many GTAs have we had? Like 8?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
If we count like the mobile games and the original couple games.
GTAs?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't drop
That's
even every
why.
3
See,
years.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it keeps it kind of
right.
fresh.
It's like every 5 to 7 years we get one of those, so they're fresh. But if GTA came out every year, I would tell y'all straight up that GTA is ass.
But keep it a band. I'd also say it was trash if they were using the same characters for the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Like if they were just trying, then I'd be like kind of sick of it. But they put you in different cities, had like different stories. They lengthy as shit with a lot of fun shit to do. And the fact that they don't come out, I mean, shit. I just heard rumor about Bully 2. I'm still one of those who've never really, jumped on Bully. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta partake, man.
I'm a noob with that, bro. I never really jumped on it. But seeing that they don't just push games out like that. They take a long time.
That's still kind of the way it should be. See, High Def said people was complaining about Quantum Break and now they don't have shit. That's what happens. As a business, you want to put out products that you think people are going to actually purchase. If people don't purchase them, you're going to assume that they don't like them. So they like this. This consistently does well. Gears consistently does well, or Uncharted does well. So I'm going to keep putting that out because every time I put out The Order or I put out Sunset Overdrive or Quantum Break, it does not sell that well. So like that's kind of the mentality some people have when it comes to that. I'm not saying all of them because Sony still puts out. I feel like they put out, games that don't sell a lot, but they have like a hardcore consistent audience of like 1 million people. So that's why they'll keep putting them out. I think Xbox has been trying to hit that Halo, Gears, and Forza, like strike that goal. And then, we put out Quantum Break. Y'all didn't really consume that. Like, now we're going to try to cancel some of the other games to see if we can get back on top of the other shit. People that be out here arguing about games, you have to support the new games from whatever consoles you have, man. Buy the new games, rent them, something, play them. Did Black Ops 4 die fast? That's the problem. And this is why I make a point to not talk too much about a game during the honeymoon stage as far as like reviews and shit. That's why I don't like that some people review games after they've only played them for a few hours. You in the honeymoon stage, bro. That shit's super fresh. You're going to get on here. You're going to think it's amazing. I've played games that were amazing for the first 4 hours. And then after that, it was just like average. Now I've already made a video and told you it was amazing, but I don't still feel that way because I didn't fucking wait. Derek, thank you for the donation. I finally started Persona 5 because you said it was dope. That shit taking over your life. Hey, Derek, that shit is fire. That's possibly.
Fuego, nigga.
RPG that's definitely top 3 for me of all time.
Biggest facts, nigga.
Easily. Not action RPGs.
Who the fuck is doing reviews games to play for an hour, bro?
There's a bunch of. I mean, I gotta think that like, I can't prove this, so I don't want to say certain media outlets. But like when The Witcher first came out, right? Like first of all, I had like 300 hours on that game. Maybe not that many, but I had a lot of hours on The Witcher. It took me like 3 to 6 months to beat because I had a bug that I couldn't progress anyway. But it took me a while to beat that game. These dudes had a day 1 review of The Witcher. How? It's like having a day 1 review of Skyrim or Mass.
Unless you had the game for a week prior. Yeah. No, I'm saying like unless that's the only. If you work for a company or you somebody who's like, yo, my week is gonna be based on this one game only, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only game you doing, you touching.
Even like, look, let me put it on you this way.
Yeah.
Hey man, people was doing reviews for Fallout 4 the day it came out.
They was doing that
I ain't
exactly.
I ain't talking about niggas that got the game on.
Let's say I finished Kingdom Hearts with like 70 hours, right? Let's say I got the game a week early. Let's say I played it for 8 hours a day. Right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to beat it in a week. Playing it 8 hours a day. We're talking about The Witcher, which is easily 100, 200, 300 hours plus. Easily. A day 1 review? Really? that some people, they hurry up and play through the story, and they don't get to enjoy everything the game has to offer because they're doing a review. Being a reviewer has to be a tough job, man.
I believe so. Absolutely. The thing is too, some people get away with it when they know how to articulate so well, but then
Do they though?
some of them, because they use it, there's certain people that use it as wordplay, man, to bypass bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
That happens. We see it with IGN all the time. They got
Or
guys
they
who know how
use
to
their
talk.
wordplay to give you bullshit.
Say it again.
I said, or they use that wordplay to give you bullshit. Because I didn't see niggas talk.
Fast
Go.
talkers, gift the gab.
Yeah.
Preachers do it all the
Yep.
time, and then they be out here
Right.
stealing the church's money. So y'all gotta watch people that sound smart, and then when you really go and you fact check, or you just really sit down and listen to what they're saying, they said it in a real nice way, but it was total fucking bullshit.
There's a lot of people that sound smart to a dumb nigga.
There's that too. That's some of the realest shit. I forgot when I first heard that, but somebody was like, "Yo, he sounds smart to dumb people," and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
let me go back and listen."
Yeah, facts. That's bars right there. Like, sounds smart to a dumb nigga, bro.
Shout out to DOA with the donation. Thank you, bro. See why everybody complaining about Anthem. People forget BioWare is on thin ice. People destroying Anthem is going to get BioWare shut down. No more Dragon Age or Mass Effect. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. Just to hold that thought. Tay H with the donation. Thank you, bro. When are we getting Madden? He asked about Madden.
The crazy shit is like you can have fun with it too, but you know what you're getting yourself into when you play it.
Dude, I buy it every year. I buy Madden every single year. It is like, it's just really like a staple. It is like a ritual for me to buy Madden 2K. Those are the only two games that have withstood the test of time. Because there was a couple times where I didn't buy Call of Duty. I don't know why I buy Madden. I really don't. I have not really thoroughly enjoyed Madden since PS2. I just buy the game. I have no idea. I haven't played. I played one game of Madden the whole year with my nephew. I don't know, man. Bernie, what's good, GMG? Thank you, bro, for the donation. Much appreciated. Thank everybody for coming through. Somebody was asking what kind of game Prototype was. It is a RPG that is unlike any RPG you've played unless you've played other Persona games or Japanese RPGs. They pretty much have covered all their bases. Like, you thought you could do a lot of activities on some of these other games. You are mistaken, bro. They've combined RPG elements with a great story. You can like get a job. You can go on dates. This is all kind of like
multiple girlfriends. You gotta go to school, answer tests.
Yeah, you gotta. The thing is, you're not just doing this stuff to fill time on the game. You're doing this because it contributes to your actual character progress. So there's certain upgrades and things that you can't get unless you have a high enough level in certain areas. And to do that, you have to do some of this other stuff. Some games came out and like you play them and they have all this sad shit. You're like, yo, this is cool. But then you realize like, yo, it don't even really matter. This doesn't really contribute to the rest of the game. Green Jello, Matt been asked just like Laura Bancroft. Hey, thanks, bro.
Laura Bancroft.
Turn-based too.
What you say, bro?
I said it's turn-based too. It's like very similar to like Pokemon or like Final Fantasy or something like that.
It's turn-based, but the way they do it, it doesn't really feel like a normal turn-based game because you have to really pay attention to what's going on. Plus, you can fast forward through battles.
That was like Pokemon. I ain't gonna cap. That's definitely like it's closest. The closest thing I think of is Pokemon.
Okay.
Like even some of the attributes that are stronger against the other attributes. Some attributes don't attack each other. They can't. It's null and void. Like it's very Pokemon reminiscent. I would say it's like an adult Pokemon game.
Yeah, I mean, cause the personas
you gotta capture them.
Are you know,
yeah, like
and it's not
monsters
easy
and
because
stuff.
you have to answer questions.
Hell no, it ain't easy. Well, you know how many times I done lost some fights?
I just started cheating. I went on the internet. Fuck that shit. Yeah. This persona just ran off. I need you. So I went on there and figured out how to get them. Do the P5 mission quests feel like chores? Hell no. Nah. Look, you go in there. No, they don't feel like chores at all. Yeah, I tell you, you're gonna need a guide. I'm not gonna sit in class and answer actual questions. That like these are real like questions they would ask you for a test in school. I pulled up
Oh
and got
no,
it.
they asked me about Prometheus, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and had I not known prior information about Prometheus, I'd have been fucked.
is it that good? I mean, if you've been watching the podcast for a little bit, you will know that we don't often say games are like amazing. I will say games are good, very good, great, and then there's like 5 games where it's like, yo, this is like amazing, and it's like, well, maybe like 10, maybe a little bit more than that. It's just not that many. We've been doing this podcast since 2013 when we didn't even do it. We wasn't even doing it on YouTube at that time. We started doing it on YouTube at the end of
I could
13.
probably only think of like 4 games, maybe if that
I could
we've ever
tell
said
you
is amazing.
it was
South Park,
South
Stick of
Park,
Truth for sure.
Persona. I would say God of War, Horizon. I would
Maybe
say
Witcher 3.
I would say The
I
Witcher.
feel like somebody said that.
I would say Red Dead. But that's all I can think of right off top. There's a bunch of other games that were like you know what I mean, like highly recommended. But generally, I'm not going to tell you to go out and get a game unless I feel like it's absolutely amazing, because I know everybody is not impressed by certain stuff. Plus, games are expensive, yo. We all indulge in an expensive hobby, man. Honestly, being a gamer can be pricey. The bosses, to be honest. Yeah, it also don't hold your hand on Persona. I'm starting to have an issue where I think games are starting to hold people's hands too much. Like, if you get beasted on Red Dead, I think you can just like skip that section and just go to the next cutscene. Like, I'm not into that.
You mean like Crackdown 3?
I haven't played it yet. I can't speak on Crackdown too much, only from what I've seen.
That shit got legal aimbot.
Red Dead, nah. I think Red Dead was pretty amazing. It's one of the best pieces of fan fiction I ever touched, at the very least. Skate 4. Shadows Die Twice. That's out? Oh, it
Yeah,
comes
the
out
question,
at the end of...
the questions they ask in Persona are like real life questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the
It's not
next
like
one.
just fact random ass, like it's real ass questions.
Matthew, I recorded our first Resident Evil video today. It will be out tomorrow. Carnage, thank you, bro. Thank y'all for live. No, thank you, bro. Much appreciated.
Facts.
Yeah, no, yeah. GTA, Lost in the Damned, and Resident Evil 2 are both going to be coming out probably tomorrow.
Oh, you know what else? Dying Light. I think we really love Dying
Well,
Light.
see, I think we put that under like the what you call it? The what do you call it? The underdog, not the underdog. You know what am I?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
What? God damn it!
Underrated John.
There, thank you. What? Brain
I
fart.
got you, brother.
Yeah, like that. Dying Light underrated. Like there's a bunch of games that are completely underrated. That's the other thing. So a lot of people they spend time talking about games and shit, but you gotta indulge in the non-mainstream games from time to time, and you can't just play like the usual multiplayer and then you get like the known games, like, you know what I mean, like God of War and you know what I mean, and Halo and all that, but then like you don't really touch some of the, you know, the smaller, not mainstream games. Because truth be told, it's always, the games are always better when you don't have expectations or you don't know anything about it. When you have expectations, that's when shit starts being disappointing. Bloodborne. Y'all want they trying to get me to play Bloodborne on a walkthrough, dog. I forgot to tell y'all that.
For real?
They're trying to.
You'll fuck with it though, but you'll definitely be down a lot.
Yo.
No, don't do it. Please don't do it. Yeah,
Well, GTA beat
Bloodborne
it,
is a wild thing.
but I kind of
Wait, which
I actually really enjoyed
Lost
that
it
game
down.
too.
Oh, you lucky.
I do want to partake. I ain't gonna lie, but y'all told me that shit was like.
It's like Dead Souls.
I know. Well, Dark Souls.
My
You
bad. Dark
need
Souls.
somebody to run with. I can run with you in that Bloodborne a little bit, bro.
I forgot that was
because
co-op.
you could do well, it's not really, but you could fight the bosses co-op. You gotta ring a
Okay.
little bell, which is stupid, and then I can join your world. Then as soon as we beat the boss, they kick me the fuck up out of there. Let's get down.
Reason why video games are holding people's hands could be because they're making them more kid friendly to reduce rage going out. I would agree with that, but I never knew how many people raged at video games until I got onto the internet. Sub 6 years ago, first time watching live, bro. Hey, much appreciated. Thank you, Owen. Really appreciate it,
bro.
I don't know, because the thing is, you see games that are still hard, that are still successful. Anyway, that was like the little pre-show talk. We ain't did that in a while. Guys, GMG episode 194. We just rocking with us three for today. We don't have a whole lot of stuff to talk about. We really gonna try to condense the showdowns.
Yeah, what we doing for the 200 special? That whole coming up, bro. By next month,
We
right?
gotta talk about it.
Nah.
For starters, we're gonna have to. We'll talk after the show. We're gonna talk after the show. We gotta get a new layout and shit like that.
Big facts.
But this is episode 194. We're gonna try to condense some of the show, the way we've been doing for the last couple months. You know what I mean? Try to get y'all in and out of here, you know, hour and a half. You know what I mean? Just like when you hit the gym, you know what I mean? When you ain't got time to be in that bitch for 3-4 hours. So we're gonna try to do that. You know, we have the fast news where I just tell you what's going on, and we have the stuff that we discuss. We try to take y'all questions. At the end of the show, I'm gonna try to make a point to take a couple topics that we didn't touch on and then use those for the next show. We did that last time. Y'all asked us about Nintendo Direct, the Division 2 and Crackdown 3. We talked about Crackdown, the Division 2. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and then Nintendo Direct. So, intros for anybody who's not seen the podcast before, especially because I'm slobbering and it was on my other channel. We now do it on here because there's more games played on here, longer videos on here, and it's just all around easier to do it over here. So, intro Ricky.
All right, so we back again. We here. Ew. Anyways, though, we back here again. It's been a minute, man. You know, finally my schedule, everything's been straight. Hopefully we can just keep it consistent every week too. But I'm not gonna hold you up. It ain't just us. We kind of hit a stoppage because there's also been some dry ass news the last month or so. So it kind of worked in our favor, even though we've been kind of busy. But there's a lot of shit that's been popping off. So I'm glad that we're here now to talk about it. So make sure you guys run up the likes on these streams and check out everybody's channel, man. We here though.
Prophecy.
You're.
Okay. Got a comment from Charles Coley. Is that Coley? I came to the stream late. Oh, I'm going to read this. People can take it however you want. These are coming from him. These words are coming courtesy of Charles. He said, came to the stream late. And Dr. Umar Johnson is one of those dudes who sound smart than dumb people.
Yo, facts.
Umar. After I seen him...
what happened? Because he does sound smart to me.
After I seen him, he was talking like we was on the street corner and stuff. He was talking to this guy named Seti. He was calling him all kind of light skinned crackers and all of that. And keep in mind, he's talking to another black dude when he's saying this. He calling him the N word over and over. He did this for about 45 minutes. And I was just like, that's how you conduct yourself. You're supposed to be like, you lead by example, and you get on here and he was talking crazy. It was a little unbelievable to see that kind of behavior, you know what I'm saying? Plus, there's some of the stuff he said that's just like, really. Anyway, I ain't going to do it, bruh. Hold on. Let me go ahead. We've got a couple more donos, and then we're going to get the show started. All right, I'm going to read this. All right, I'm just reading a comment. D. Davis, I just want to reach out and say, you know what you did. Thanks for the donation. I'm just going to read this. All right.
I already know what it's about, bro.
What'd he say?
He said,
don't read it, man.
So boy sick.
He said, gonna kill us, man, if we don't get the money back. Let's work together.
He said, come on, man, we gotta get this shit together.
He said,
damn, nigga, you gonna read? This nigga ain't said nothing, man.
This is not me. Once again, I don't. Yo, I'm laughing because, yo, the comments, y'all are so petty, yo. He said, man. All right, hold on. All right, y'all gonna make me laugh.
All right, y'all gonna have to forgive Floyd Mayweather Chase.
All right, hold on.
Hold
on. Stop, you gonna make y'all stop. All right, he said.
Bruh.
not even funny, man. It's just I can't believe he said Madden the console seller.
No, come on, man. I mean, shit, it's on the Xbox fucking bundles.
Come on,
Oh my god.
D. Why you
Shout out
doing
Kid
that?
Smooth, man. Shout out to Kid Smooth.
Oh, shout out to the homie Kid Smooth, man. He be
No,
Oh
I'm
bugging,
my
saying
man.
that because
god.
Crackdown 3's ass, man. Shout out to Kid Smooth.
Oh my god,
Hold on, let
bro.
me.
Yeah, you,
If it wasn't for the
hey, yo,
money,
you bugging.
cause
Hey, yo, my man's is bugging, bro.
who?
I can't comment, bro.
Yeah. Hey,
They get tripping with no shoes on, bro. He's bugging.
how do?
Damn it, man.
Would it be possible for me to put that on there?
Said Mass Effect Dookie too.
Let me.
This nigga chased a while, bro.
All right.
Fucked up, man.
D. Davis said Mass Effect Dookie. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. All right. Nah, if he playing Bloodborne, don't help him with bosses. Let him rage a little bit. Just explain to him the level and the scaling. See, that's y'all L7. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you know what you're doing, man. All right. All right. Anyway, Nintendo Direct. We missed Direct because we were doing the podcast like right as the Direct was happening. I do have some trailers that I'm going to show. We have I do feel I feel a lot more comfortable to talk about and show Nintendo content now because Nintendo so
facts.
graciously removed their content ID and copyright system from all of the streaming and content creator sites, leaving us the ability to play and talk about their games without having to worry about, basically wasting our time.
Getting a strike and
Getting
shit.
a strike,
Like,
you know, getting claims and whatnot. So it is very, very helpful. So I'm still waiting on people to vote on the goddamn Nintendo walkthrough. I put 2 games on the poll, but they got beasted on. Anyway, Nintendo Direct was two weeks ago. Some of the major announcements from the Nintendo Direct is one of the first things that I'm looking forward to because I'm going to probably partake in a little bit of video making, just a little bit, is Super Mario Maker 2 for the Nintendo Switch was officially announced. That is kind of a big deal. For me anyway. I don't know how other people feel.
oh, that's big. That's big. That's big news.
Just as a YouTuber, being able, first of all, to play the Nintendo games now helps. But just people creating all these levels and stuff, it gives us the opportunity to play people or even like subscribers and viewers and, supporters levels and stuff like that. I haven't been able to do that since goddamn Geometry Dash. They was trolling on there with them levels too. So that's going to be coming out. The release date for that, I think it was June. Let me fact check on that. That comes out. I thought it said June. September. No. Is there not a release date? Oh, June 2019. June 2019. I don't have an exact date, but it is coming out this June. Other Nintendo announcements from the Direct, you have Dragon Quest 11 is coming to the Switch. It came out on PS4 and PC already, but it's coming to the Switch. That's coming out. You have a game called Oninaki.
Hey, yo.
What?
Nothing. My bad. My
Okay.
bad. Continue.
You got a game called Oninaki coming out. That's from the Tokyo RPG Factory. That's the name of the devs, I guess. They put out I Am Setsuna and Lost Fair. Those are the other 2 games that they've put out more recently. Smash Brothers is getting a update. That's all it says. It says a huge update this spring. That's all we have as far as that. Fire Emblem is coming out with a anime for their game. And randomly, Tetris Battle Royale.
What? You doing that? You bringing that out? So that's what you're doing. You bringing that out there? Sound like you gonna play it, bro.
I don't. I don't mean I want people to lose jobs and that, but I'm
That
really.
shit is ass, bro. That shit is garbage, bro. Whoever fucking thought of that idea needs to be fired,
But it
bro. I'm
looks
not
like it's
even
gonna
gonna
be
hold
popular though for a little
you.
bit.
Shut up.
It ain't.
Yeah.
Shut
No.
it up. Shut it up.
I
No.
seen the dudes on
Because
Twitch. They had a whole bunch
I,
of
I,
viewers.
I
nah,
don't care,
man. Why they
Guys,
doing that? No, don't do that,
bro.
man.
Bro. They could
Don't
have
do
at least made
that.
Dr. Mario Battle Royale. Nobody want to play no fucking Tetris. That shit is garbage, bro. I played that shit for 30 seconds
so
and deleted it.
I would say it's safe to say like we had first person shooters dominated the PS3 gen, and then this gen it was like open world games. Everybody's doing those as far as like the single player side, and then like now it's like battle royale, battle royale, battle royale. I'm looking forward to battle royales not being as dominant and having more variety in what people are trying to do with their games, because at this point I feel like it's getting a little bit ridiculous. Um, I'm not that into the battle royale structure. I mean, there's exceptions. Like I really like Apex, but Tetris Battle Royale, I don't even know what that is. I'm not even like impressed by it either. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm showing my age a little bit. But when I was little, we had Sega Channel, which is like way before Game Pass and Steam and all this other shit. For like $10 a month, you got 100 Sega games that you could play. I don't know how the technology worked. I just know I got on my Sega. There was an adapter in there, and then you got on, and it had 100 games in there, and there was no lag. I don't know how. We talking about the 90s, my G. There was a game on there called Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
What the fuck?
It was a game that was kind of sort of like Tetris, like the strategy, and it was Dr. Robotnik and his little minions, and you basically you faced them. You had your blocks, they had their blocks, and you would try to get as many lined up as you can. But the thing is, depending on how many combinations and like strings you could put together, you would make shit drop on their side to fill up their thing, and once it filled up, they lost. So there was all these little dope ass things. Like you would line up a couple beans, let's say it's 3 green beans, and it would send like a thing to their side. That's what I'm seeing from Tetris. So I'm really not impressed because I seen this shit 20 years ago. 20 plus years ago, might I add. But yeah, Tetris, I just don't know. I ain't gonna lie, Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine was fun. It was tough. What game is this on the screen? Oh. I'll tell you that in a second. Yeah, Mean Bean Machine, Puyo Puyo. Yep, exactly. Anyway, is it Tetris that bad though? Like the whole, it's really that bad?
No, it's just the fact that it's a reach. Son, Battle Royale hit Tetris. That's like the movie Sharknado. That shit up out of here.
Never
Bro.
seen it. I heard of it, but I
watch it.
ain't there like 3 of those too or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there is. It's trash. They got nerve, yo. Sharknado.
Hey man, yo. Everybody gonna get old one day. You know what I'm saying?
Who said that? You said that?
Nah, they.
That doesn't say that it's okay for some. That's like Atari saying they got a battle royale in their system. You fucking with it?
Hey yo, what's up with the wood grain Atari though?
Oh yeah.
What's up with it? Baby. I thought that was coming out. When that? Hold on. Let's see when that beautiful console come out. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, because they said they was gonna have exclusive. My bad, yo.
That shit gone.
Hold on. If you ain't never seen this, you about to see the beauty that is this Atari console. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Let me get a screenshot. Hold up. About to get this Atari work right now. Guys, it's not gonna work.
Nah, man, that shit dukes. The Atari shit?
Why wouldn't it come up?
I'm glad it don't come up, bro. That Atari shit is duty. Oh, you trying to upload the image? Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to show them. Hey, yo, don't
yo, be careful because they might do a claim. I'm not even trying to joke on you.
Yeah, claim for what? They're gonna have to because ain't nobody buying this console. I mean, I'm getting it
No, you're not. Nah.
I'm definitely not.
Bro, you show this shit, and this console about to get more views off this podcast than it
I'm-
has. Period.
I'm just
Fat.
yo, y'all not messing with the modem, the router modem of a console. Look at that. How many lights do you have on there, sir? Please unplug your modem.
That shit look like it could get DDoSed. I'm done. That shit look trash.
What's up with the random bump in the back though? Like the little dip, the little peak.
That's the shit to hold the little outputs and shit.
They
They
could
couldn't
have put
fit
And
the
that
phone.
shit look like you play it too long, it's gonna catch on fire.
yeah, that shit that they should have had the Tetris Battle Royale as an exclusive on there.
That shit look like a piece that you buy from like IKEA.
That's a
To-
console.
like-
It definitely IKEA's instructions is crazy too, yo.
That's what I'm saying. That shit looked like it was confusing as fuck to put together.
Let me see when the release date is. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, shout out to Microsoft for the $3,500 HoloLens.
That is crazy.
I was just asking about that the last podcast. I think I asked, yo, what's up with the HoloLens? Oh, this is crowdfunded? This is crowdfunded? Man, get this shit out of here, man.
It's not crowdfunded when dude took the money from them and dipped. That's tough.
Bernie B says Pong Royale would be lit. Hey, thanks, bro. Thanks for the donation, man. Pong. I mean, that's if they could do Tetris. If Tetris could do Battle Royale,
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like
anybody can.
that was a game of L's game.
What, the Tetris?
Like, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you.
I feel like that'd be too
That's-
fun though.
Fun.
You think that'd be too fun?
Fun.
By
If it wasn't
a
for the
game of
money,
L
cause-
standards.
But Tetris is ass.
Yo, it's ass.
It's ass, bro. Like I don't like Tetris is right there next to Pong with me, bro.
Like,
that shit
is
ass.
it
Tetris
ass
ain't never been
now
good.
or it was always ass?
No, I'm saying Tetris always been ass to me. Like
Really?
I never liked Tetris. I never understood why people love Tetris.
Tetris, Snake, things like that. I thought those games was pretty fun.
I liked maybe like they had a Street Fighter one that was kind of cool, but they actually fought when you did like the anime or when you landed in a certain spot. I just basic Tetris, like you could have gave that to me for Game of L's, and that'd have been the worst game. You would have won.
Could have been worse than
That
Pong.
shit is
You
ass.
know what you did.
That's what I'm saying, but it's up there though. It's like
Hmm.
2 slots away from Pong for
Yeah.
me.
I'm about to ask a
Oh.
random question. I don't even know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I'm gonna ask it anyway. Has anybody in here ever played Block Dude on their calculator?
What? There's a game on the calculator?
Yeah, you talking about the big old, the
Yeah,
fat back
remember
calculator?
the calculator from school?
Uh huh.
Texas Instruments. They had a game on there
I was
called.
too poor to have a calculator.
That shit was called Block Dude. That game was hard as fuck. You could probably Google the solutions at this point.
Nah, man. Listen.
Hey, 513, hey, that's OG shit. Thank you, bro. Much appreciated. Damn, that's Black Ops 1 you talking about, bro. Brunel breaks most sales, right? This dude, Urameshi, is the meme god, by the way, yo. Y'all-
Hey yo, did you see what I put in the Discord, bro?
You just put it in there?
I put it in there a little while ago. That's why I cut you off earlier.
Oh, really? Would you do that? Or are you saying you would do that?
No, I just thought it was funny. But that was hilarious to me.
Knowing Chase, he would. If it wasn't for the money. Yo, for episode 200, you got to eat a handful of dick gummies.
Oh, Stream.
That's not even good enough, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And then he has to do the drown.
These
Man.
is the gummies
Like that.
right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, is that a yellow dick gummy with 2 balls on it? Yeah, that's crazy. Look at that. Yo, why you grabbing one of the balls?
They be like, cough.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Check the temperature real quick. Man.
You sick, yo. He grabbed the balls and said cough. No, you sick as shit, man.
It's just gummies,
Oh,
man.
shit. Nah, eat one, yo.
Nah, man, I told you I ate 2 of them and they gave me 2 pimples, 1 each, man. I ain't fucking with them.
Nah, that shit gave you a blump.
Shit gave me a
She
bump.
gave you a blump. That's fucked up.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I bought those gummies as a gift. Those things was like $10 a bag or some shit, or $15 a bag. Them shits wasn't going to waste.
He says, "Sir, demonetized."
It's just gummies. it's
It's Son, rewind it and hear
It's not
yourself.
like
You
he
said,
eating a
yo,
dick. Hey, yo,
he
you
said, you know
remember
when they
who
grab
was
it?
it?
I said, cough.
Son, was it No, it was Wiser or was it Carter or Wiser that sent us that dick popsicle, bro?
Oh, that, no,
And
that,
he
no,
was like,
not
"Y'all
there.
finna do
That,
that
that,
shit on."
that, that's different. That's a different level. Because you like the mannerisms that it take to even eat that is too much.
Yo, that shit was wild, bro.
No, he went off.
He's a wild. He might have
He
it
said,
muted.
that's wild.
Nah, I muted myself.
Yeah, he says it's wild. Then he just
Wow,
disappeared.
Blanc. That's funny. Wow, Blanc.
Episode 200, we would see if we could find silver fucking joysticks.
Hey,
That would
yo,
be lit.
that would actually be kind of lit. Yo, have Silver on there, Terry on there, OG Cassidy.
Hell yeah, man. That
Crazy.
should be fire, man. But
Yeah,
I
so-
ain't arguing with him no more because I ain't gonna lie, he been wrong ever since. He been wrong ever since. They done told us about this shit. They released 2 console versions. In fact, he should have told us that they weren't going to release no more games. I would have definitely lost. Blanc.
Getting back getting back into the Nintendo stuff, we have from Nintendo Direct, we also have Link's Awakening is going to be completely remade.
Okay.
It's coming to the Switch, full on 3D remake. I'm gonna get that. It comes out sometime this year. I don't have a solid release date for that either. Platinum Games is also working on a new game for Nintendo. Remember, Platinum Games some of their most recent games was Bayonetta, Nier Automata, very good game. They got a game called
Nier Automata.
Automata, Mata, Tomato. We here, you know what I'm saying? Astral Chain is the name of the game they're putting out. That's coming out August 30th of this year. Ricky, you said something about a Pokemon.
Wait, when does it come out?
August 30th.
Oh, that's my birthday.
Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Sword. That shit looking really, really fucking good.
Those are the 2 new games.
And they're like every Game Boy game pretty much. They got a story. It's not like Let's Go. Like you actually have to go up against a lot of people that you don't see the Pokemon just standing there in the wild. No, it's like every traditional Pokemon game. So as they promised, it is looking very good.
Yo,
I cannot wait.
Shout out to the people that judge you for playing Kingdom Hearts, but then they go and watch all the Disney movies that the characters from the game are actually in real life. It's just weird to me.
Oh, big facts. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you like Aladdin and you like all these characters.
And shout outs to all the dudes that be trying to tell you too grown to play Kingdom Hearts and Pokemon and stuff like that. Like I hate when people try to stunt your happiness because they miserable as shit. Like nigga, let me be excited for what the fuck I want to be excited for. Nigga,
Yeah.
eat a dick.
Yeah, and like
Gummy.
and the thing is that how is that any better than an adult telling us we shouldn't be playing video games at all? It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Because there are people who believe that once I remember I had one of my friends, this was one of my old friends from years ago. When he turned 13, his parents told him he was too old to play video games. And he never played them again. Like
What age did he tell him?
He was 13. Well, 14. He was getting ready to turn 14
crazy.
in high school. And he was like, my parents said I'm too old
That's
to play
wild.
games. Like, it's the same shit, bro. Like, people get excited for stuff. And sometimes it's funny. It's like, oh, really? But, like, it's never like, yo, you should never do that. But I don't understand why people do that. Because at the end of the day, these are all games. Like, I wouldn't indulge in some of this shit. But, how I'm going to laugh at you for playing Minecraft and then I get on PC and play Lego Harry Potter. This shit is crazy. Like, it's all, by that standard, it's all childish shit, to be honest with you, if you're going to do that. Anyway.
Yet the games is made by grown-ass men who has a passion for these characters.
I mean,
yeah. I don't
anything that keeps people off the street corner, I'd say.
Hey, all I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna say names, but I've gotten people who said that. Then I got people who DM me on the side and say, "Yo, is that game actually worth buying?" All right then, bro. So I gotta
sometimes you do that, like you tease your man a little bit, then you be like, "Hey, yo, but I was fuck with you, but yeah." So tell me more. Like,
nah, but then you got to remember, you got a lot of people who really speak out like as if it's like, is that crazy to play as a kid character or playing as a female character? But then when they see you streaming it, they hit you like, "Yo, is that shit really that lit?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't talk shit yet, man. Shit is good." Like Frozen's World and Kingdom Hearts was fire.
Like, you're gonna
Like,
play
that's
Kingdom
it.
Hearts? I'm really looking forward to the new Aladdin remake. Like, how? How? Anyway,
That shit aggravates me. I ain't gonna lie, cause I be seeing this shit. I'm like, bro, I'd never tell you what you can and can't be excited for. I ain't buying the game for you, bro, and we all not the same. So
I ain't gonna lie. The one time I thought it was funny though, I was watching, I was watching one of Solid Rev's impressions video. This is like 2017. Plants vs Zombies 2 came out. He was like,
hey yo,
I'm like, what is this? He says, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you play this, you're gay. He said, that was the one time that shit was funny. That shit was funny as That shit was funny as hell, yo. I don't know why. Solid Red is funny anyway. He's just one of the people, yo. He's unintentionally funny. Just like his mannerism and the way he says stuff is just funny, period. That shit had me rolling. Cause like Plants vs. Zombies 2, I'd never seen a game die so fast. Ever.
That shit did terrible, bro.
Like, what, yo, real quick, sidebar. Top 3 fastest game deaths, yo. Plants vs.
Top
Zombies.
3 game deaths?
Yeah, like games that died like instantly. Like DOA, not a chance. Even though maybe the previous game was successful too. That's what made it worse. The first Plants vs. Zombies game did well.
Battleborn.
Raunchy, where you?
Hey yo, that's disrespectful, but facts.
I was gonna.
Yo, nah, Battleborn died before it came out, bro. That's mad
up, right?
disrespectful.
You hear and then you just not hear like.
Nah, Plants vs Zombies 2 hurt because the first one was fun, and I just was like, yo, where'd it go? The next one will probably be Crackdown 3.
I can't let you do that.
I ain't gonna lie. I was gonna say Anthem, yo. That shit already $50.
Evolve facts. Evolve is number 2, yo.
God, yo, Evolve is definitely number
Radical
2,
Heights.
Yeah.
Brink.
Hey, yo,
facts.
Battalion.
Hey,
got Battalion.
Nah, they revoked my access on Steam and removed it.
They said they revoked my access.
Yo. Brink, for sure. Battleborn.
What else?
Plants vs. Zombies 2. Scalebound with Stillborn. AJ, I can't let you do that, man. That's
Crackdown 3, bro.
Yo, Fallout 76, yo. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Fallout 76 was definitely a victim of it. And it looked really good, too, from, like, demos. But, yeah. Oh, Titanfall 2, which is fucked up because it didn't die because the game was trash.
Shit.
Yo, Joe Montana football died during an interview, yo. That's even worse.
Shit, No Man's Sky, even though it came back.
Saints Row got out of. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yo, Saints Row got up out of there, bro.
That shit, Saints Row got out of a predicament. That's what I call it. That shit's ass. The Culling 2, facts, yo. Like, yo, hold on. That game came out, and the next day only had 2 people in a server in the whole world.
Yo, I ain't even joking, but
yo, shout out to Jim.
What was that last Call of Duty? Because that one was out of there too.
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, bro, that got up out of there quick.
That was like actually 2 games ago. Because World War II was the one before that.
Oh, not Sea of Thieves, not even a Division. They had people playing it for a couple of weeks.
That's what I really wouldn't say Crackdown. I don't think that game is nearly as dead as some of the games we mentioned. For Honor, shit, man.
Not For Honor, no, but For Honor was being
5, bro.
Yo,
we being real, man.
Metal Gear Survive.
No, Survive. No, it wasn't.
I'm talking about 5.
Metal Gear wasn't like DOA though. It sold pretty well. People.
I mean, I ain't talking about selling. We talking about like, I ain't see nobody talking about that game like after the.
That's because we was all embarrassed to talk about it.
Yeah, that's my point.
Being honest.
After that first week, it got up out of there, cuz.
Man.
Hey, yo, whoever said Evolve, you the real MVP.
Yeah,
that game
Evolve
died so damn. Then they try to charge you what they say it was like $2,000 or some shit for everything, bro.
It was like 300. It was like 300.
Blanc. That shit crazy.
Blancs. And then They made it free to play, and then they said, "All right, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna let it go, bro."
Star Wars Battlefront 2 definitely got up out of it.
And maybe if there's any big Nintendo fans here that you've been with Nintendo through all the ups and downs, and you didn't appreciate the Nintendo bashing, you may be disappointed. But Reggie Fils-Aimé, the president, longtime president of Nintendo.
Wait, I thought his name was Regis Philman. Wait, isn't that the dude from Who Wants to Be a
Fils-Aimé?
Millionaire?
Fils-Aimé.
I'm bugging.
Yeah, he's retiring. He's the president of Nintendo of America. He's been with them since at least 2006. So yeah, there's that. If you don't know who Reggie Fils-Aimé is, I'm gonna show you a picture, and yeah, I can guarantee you know who he is after this. Hold on. They was roasting them through after some of them. I'm just gonna put this on here. You know what? I ain't gonna use that because they going. Here we go. That's a good one. They was roasting them after some of those old conferences. This is before the Switch. Matter of fact, how's the Switch doing?
I don't think it's doing bad. Like, it's doing okay. Like,
no, I mean, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's doing like, exceeding the expectations. But like, generally,
I mean, with Smash Bros.
I don't really hear a lot of like Switch talk. That's because the people that play Switch play the games, and they don't spend time arguing with people on the internet like PlayStation and Xbox people do. As much anyway.
Because like Smash Bros is popping. Pokemon still popping.
There's Reggie.
I think there's a Monster Hunter game that's on there that's doing pretty well.
I didn't know people really fuck with Reggie Fils-Aimé. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, people from Nintendo do, like the Nintendo fans, the big Nintendo fans. They really like Reggie. He seemed like a all around good guy anyway. Yo, you bugging. Yo, you bugging. Whoever got this account, come on, man. You going too far, man. Come on, man.
What's his name?
Oh, shit!
We was just talking about him.
Silver! We was just talking about you.
Just talking about this, man.
Yo, shout out to that
What's
account,
up,
yo.
bro?
Yo, Carter, I'm gonna stream some Apex after, dog. I'm like
might
addicted.
hang out a little bit. I might not.
Yeah, facts. We all gonna be there. Nah, you both of you guys gonna hang out. Y'all be ditching. Y'all be out.
Man, I get up real early. Early bird gets the worm, bro. You know.
I don't want to hear that, man. You play Crackdown 3. That's what. Man,
I did not play it yet.
Oh, my bad.
What's wrong with me playing Crackdown 3 though?
No, I don't want you playing it.
I feel like if you laugh at a game as much as we laughed at some of them, then you have to play. You have to at least just see what it is, just to see how funny it is, if anything. Some games are still fun because they're bad and it's funny, and there's some games that's just ass and they really tried. You didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing. We just wondering.
We was talking about like doing something for the 200 episode, and
yeah, we said for episode 200 we should try to get Silver in here, and then you just popped up in here.
Yeah, I would say let's get Silver, man.
Early bird gets the dick gummies. Yo, you got to go. Chase played Far Cry New Dawn. Absolutely played Far Cry New Dawn.
Yeah, how you feel about that game, yo? Let's talk about it. You like it? Best game? Talk about it.
Yo, shout out to Ubisoft. You know what I'm saying, for plugging me up. Far Cry New Dawn is only $40. I'm just gonna stop right there.
Nah, because when you disrespect my favorite company, EA, for the best NBA game out there live, and disrespecting the most playable game, Anthem, you know what I'm saying? We gotta talk about it. Anthem is number one in what? Fastest game to drop to $50? Facts. My bad, yo. Shout out to Anthem, yo.
Ubisoft doesn't often put out $40 games, especially one of their flagship franchises like Far Cry. The game is $40, man.
Hey, we ain't lying. Like, are we being honest with it? Hey, yo, like, For Honor came out at 60, and that whole was down to like 40, like 2 weeks after, bro.
Well, I didn't see. I never even knew that because we only played that thing for about a week. That second week, we was out of there.
Yeah, it dropped, man.
Far Cry New Dawn, though. So here's the thing. Hold on. I think I got some footage. Do I got footage?
You
Maybe I
got
do.
footage?
Maybe I don't.
Okay, show us some footage. Show us some footage of it. Yo, you know what's crazy? I like the color palette though of Far Cry
The
New
color
Dawn.
palette looks really good. So I played and beat the whole game in 5 days.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that's disturbing, this game came out less than a year after Far Cry 5. You put this game out 10 and a half months later. What that says is this could have been an expansion. And why am I saying that? Why are you saying that? You don't know all the work that goes on the game. Shut up. Far Cry Blood Dragon was an expansion or a DLC for Far Cry 3. And it was basically the same kind of, well, no, it was different than 3. It was much different than 3. But it felt more like this felt more in line with a Blood Dragon, and the way it didn't feel like it was a brand new game, because this is a direct sequel to 5. The game, if you like 5, you like this game. If you don't like 5, you won't like this game. The thing is, the Far Cry 5 and New Dawn story is probably one of the better stories in the Far Cry franchise. Far Cry 3 is still goated out of all the games anyway. But they didn't spend enough time in between games, I feel, to get the most out of the gameplay side. Because the story's good. I actually cared about the villain. Well, he wasn't even a villain this time. I mean, it's quite simple. If you like 5, you like this. If you didn't, then you just don't buy it. But for $40, you get a lot of time in this game for $40. They did make some improvements. People that hate radio towers, there are none.
Please don't.
0 radio towers on this game. In fact, there's probably 160 fast travel places on here.
Jeez.
If you go somewhere, just by visit, let's say I was trying to get some materials and I needed duct tape, because that's one of the things that you need to craft. And, I know where the duct tape is. If I go anywhere that has duct tape, I can automatically fast travel back to that location just from being there. Once you visit a place, you can go back there. So it helps. It's not like Red Dead, where you have to sit on the back of a horse for 15 minutes, but you have to be to work in a half an hour, so you can't fucking play. So they do have that. The main villains are 2 female black people, which I love.
Oh, so we can't be the good guys. They got to make us the villains. Huh?
The villains are always
Donald Trump's
the
era.
villains are basically the main characters in Far Cry though. They're they're always on the cover. They're like you know what I mean? Because the main character, they don't. Your character's a mute on this. It was a mute on the last one. Jason Brody talked a little bit. What's the guy's name? I forgot the guy's name from Far Cry Primal. I beat that game too. But
made us the villain in Black History Month.
This dude, yeah. But no, I mean the villains get the screen time. You know what I'm saying? They bring the most personality. They're really, because you think about it. They had Voss. They had, what was his name? Ping Mai or something like that. Then they had I can't remember the villain from Primal just for the life of me. Then they had Joseph Seed. Now they have Mickey and I can't remember the other twin's name. Man, these villains on here, these 2 chicks took over. They savage as hell on this shit. Anyway, the game is decent. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it's a must-have or anything like that. But if you like 5, you should probably play this.
Okay, I trust you. No, I
Takar.
trust you a little
Thank
bit.
you, Takar from Primal. There you go.
I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. No disrespect. I don't give no fuck about Far Cry.
Well, that's why this game sold 82%. It's down 82% from Far Cry 5.
Nah, I'm just talking about franchise in general. Like, I ain't gonna say I didn't have fun on 3, but
3 is great, man.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about. Like, it was one of them games that you ever just play a game that you have no interest and you just kind of just play through it without really paying them. That's how I am with Far Cry. I play it to play it because I like the action. Other than that, like I couldn't tell you nobody's names or nothing.
That's the thing. that's Far Cry wasn't really even about that. Like the gameplay is what was fun. You know what I'm saying? And the all the animals and all the stealth and all that. Mickey and Lou, thank y'all for that. That so just to take a step back, right? Like Far Cry, for me, one of the strong suits of Far Cry was the setting that they would choose. I'm not particularly excited for the games that take place in the U.S. because the kind of animals you're going to run into aren't as fun as some of the animals we ran into in some of the other games where you would be laying down sniping and a big ass cheetah would just bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Or you would run into all kind of like I cannot remember for the life of me. Hold on, let me just.
Which game? Far Cry Primal.
Far Cry Primal. I like the animals on Primal as well. There was a much bigger selection. When you're talking about the U.S., you run into, it's not as many like cool animals to run into. Okay, Far Cry 3 animals. Let's see. You had. There's a lot on here. Komodo dragons were on here. You had boars, buffaloes.
Yeah, like snakes.
Snakes. You had crocodiles. You had.
I remember getting bitten. I was just standing still, minding my business, and I just got poisoned. I was like, what the fuck?
You had great white sharks. You had tortoises. You have all kind of stuff. Then when you talk about Far Cry Primal, you had a lot of dope ass animals on here. You had mammoths on here. You had demon fish. You had bears. You had crocodiles on here. You had the badger was small, but the badger was a beast. You had bees. You had an owl that you could call in, that you could have
that was
drop
dope.
things for you. I love the owl on there. You had snow leopards. You had elks, these huge, really tall elks. You had yaks. You had all kind of good animals. So when you come back to the U.S. setting, like it's just like dogs, like 3 different kinds of bears. There's like 3 different kinds of deer. There's like some boars. It's not. I don't know. It's just different. You know what I'm saying? And I also don't think that stealth is very important on this game either, unless you're doing outposts and things like that. I don't know. You don't really get to customize your weapons at all because this is post-apocalyptic. A lot of people complained about the color palette. They thought it was too cheesy. I thoroughly like the color palette, but I can understand why somebody would say that. But I don't know. Let me do this before we get off, and then we're gonna move on to something else. If I was to rate Far Cry games that I've played, this is me personally. I'm not saying this is everybody. I would say Far Cry 3, then 4. Shit. Then Primal.
Wow. That says a lot.
And then I would say it was in the order that they came out. If we being honest. Berlizzi, when he first started. Yo, this dude. Thank you for the $2, bro. I heard the judge was the Far Cry main character. Yeah, I seen that yesterday. I didn't realize that till yesterday. They do have a whole bunch of cool stuff in the story that you have to read about. So yeah, like the judge is one of the followers of the New Eden community. That was the main character that you had on Far Cry 5, but he becomes the judge, and the judge never talks. But yeah, I would actually say as of Far Cry 3 that the games, I would put them in the order that they came out. I would say that Blood Dragon is better, possibly better than 4. Seriously.
Wow.
Hey,
that says a lot. Blood Dragon was fire though. That was weird as fuck for me as DLC. Like that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was definitely dope.
That's what I'm saying. And the other thing about Far Cry 5 is they had like 5 DLCs. They had zombies. They had like Mars and all that stuff. But I don't think a lot of people really got into it that much. This game, I mean, not this game. In general, I would like Ubisoft to spend I think they do their best when the games come out every 2 years or more. I think that's when they put out like the best, you know what I mean? The 10.5 months, this could have easily just been an expansion or DLC, because that's exactly what it feels like. So, yeah. Anyway,
Hmm.
is Far Cry New Dawn DLC supported? I don't even know if the game's going to have DLC or not. I don't know. Anyway, so there was a rumor going around that Xbox was going to have Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's confirmed. I don't know if that's a thing or not.
They're
However,
definitely in talks. Yeah.
the former, it's a key word, the former Scalebound producer highly doubts. No, I'm sorry. I'm mixing up my topics, guys. Let me take a step back. I read an article that said that there's a good chance that the games will not be on the Switch, but I also read an article that said they might be on the Switch. What do y'all think about Microsoft having their Game Pass service on the Nintendo Switch? And if they do that, what's to stop them from deciding to put it on the PlayStation?
I don't think they're looking to compete no more. I think they want to dominate. I think competing console wise and everything, it just didn't go in the direction that they were hoping for. But I see that if they see that there's a space that they can potentially take over, which is the streaming market of their services going across different platforms, and that even means if they one day try to talk to PlayStation and trying to come up with a deal, PlayStation is gonna for as long as we know, maybe for now, is gonna hold it down with their single player games. And they made a statement that they're gonna make multiplayer games more, but I think this service will try to go across all platforms, and I think they would want to dominate in that market. And then we got to remember, Microsoft, of course, got a huge dub with the 360, but they can possibly recoup more. And it's a business at the end of the day. So everybody who's bitching about it in console war and everything, Microsoft don't give a fuck because they need to make that money back. The Xbox brand needs to make that money back. Actually, you don't see it Microsoft Xbox no more. It says Xbox alone, and that's because Microsoft is not funding Xbox like it was once, like from before. They lost too much money. So if this means that a service that can be provided across different platforms and they can make back that bread, I'm all for it. Personally, it doesn't affect me. Um, I know a lot of people are gonna be bothered by it, but again, if it hits the PlayStation or the Switch, that's a dub, man. That's a dub, and I don't even see PlayStation saying no to it either.
They will, because PlayStation is stubborn. But
They are, they are, but I also see it as if they play their cards right, they now have it to where people want to play competitive games on PlayStation. People are looking for single player games on PlayStation. And if they already have a good look on their shoulder with this, because we know the bullshit that PlayStation pulls too, them them actually or potentially getting this type of service on their console will possibly increase the sales of their console because they're not looking to push services before a console. They're looking to push a console along with their services. See, Microsoft is looking in the direction of trying to push this service across all platforms because they're not looking good in the hardware space. So I can see this actually working, even if PlayStation, if they do say yes.
I'm I'm
hey,
confused.
Griffin Curtis.
Say it again.
So pretty much,
You
Microsoft,
talking about having like a Game Pass
Xbox,
on PlayStation and
Well, at
Nintendo,
least
right?
on
yeah,
the current rumor is it could be coming to the Switch. It's not confirmed or anything. And then my thought is, if they're going to do that, then why wouldn't they just go ahead and put them on PS4
Well,
as well?
they're gonna look they're gonna look to
aside
do it
from
as
what
smart
you said,
TVs.
aside from what you said, PlayStation is not doing. They're not.
So
That
no,
ain't
so
never happened.
here's my thing on this. We I'm looking at where PlayStation is right now, and I'm like, okay, the last thing they're gonna want to do is try to do what Nintendo actually started was like this partnership with Microsoft. They're not trying to have anything like that. But in the console space, if they can look at it and turn it around as, oh shit, Halo's gonna be playable or Gears is gonna be playable on our console, and it's gonna be under the PlayStation 4 console. I don't see it being that crazy if they say, okay, I know there's gonna be. It probably won't happen because Sony's gonna
Man, they
probably want
spent
more.
200 million on they trash ass service.
Gaikai?
Yeah,
There's
but
no way in hell
that's
that
just a bad. They got to cut their losses with that. I think they know that.
Yeah, but I'm not saying. First of all, I'm not saying it wouldn't be fire, bruh. I would play the fuck out of Gears. To be honest with you, if they did that shit, I would never buy an Xbox again.
See, and that's what
That's
that's what I
where
was waiting to hear.
Yeah, like there'd be no purpose because if I could play, well, I'm not gonna. I'll play some games on the Switch. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna be playing like top tier games on the Switch. I'll play games that I never got to play, like Recore and stuff like that. But like playing Gears or Halo on PlayStation, what? That would defeat the purpose, in my opinion, of ever getting it on. Unless they're really seriously talking about not coming out with no more systems, and they only focusing on like partnerships and like PC and stuff like that, then I could see Microsoft doing that and making that available for every platform. But they still coming out with new systems. So to me, that would I don't know. I don't know. Want to say it's a conflict of interest, but it's. I feel like it's just. It might be a conflict of interest. 'Cause then people will start using. I mean, you'll get tons of motherfuckers on that service for sure. You'll get
yeah.
way more people on that service now than that are already on it because you'll probably double or triple your shit. The
Easily.
PlayStation told us that we was too good for EA access.
See,
So
I knew. See, I was gonna say it, but go ahead, brother.
yeah, like they told us that we was too good and we don't want EA access. So they fuck show ain't coming out with no
They
goddamn
said
Xbox
the
Live
EA access wasn't a good value. They didn't feel it was a good value for us.
for their customers for us.
EA
So
Yeah,
access
they
is
which
fucked
great.
I
up with
did,
that.
hear that they are bringing it now, supposedly
They should have
sometime this
had it
year.
from the
But
beginning.
at this point, it's too late. So like I don't know what PlayStation be doing, but the idea that Ricky is saying, oh, that would be beyond fire. Because and then if you incorporate the party system, where you can talk to your friends on Xbox and PS4 and or Switch, because from what I read about it is you can join parties on the Switch with your friends on Xbox Live. So if that's true, because you could do that on PC already. If that's true, that's like it's divide and conquer, bro. Like you bringing the two battle heads against each other and saying, "All right, there's an agreement, bro. Let's sign these papers." And we all they basically trying to get rid of the console war if they do that.
I
My thing is, I don't think it will happen.
I don't
What
think
I
really.
I don't think it's going to happen either. I don't.
It might happen with Nintendo. I could believe that because I remember back in the day we've talked about this before, but Nintendo and PlayStation had some shit. They
Mhm.
was coming out with a system together back in the day,
One person didn't
but it
sign
fell
off.
through.
One
Yeah,
dude
one person didn't sign
ruined it.
off and it fell through. So the partnership from PlayStation, but like the thing I'm wondering is who's getting the most out of this because it seems like the Switch is getting the most out of this if it actually happens that way because you're not going to be able to play Mario on Microsoft on Xbox.
That's why it's not really a that kind of partnership, right? Because they're not both sharing library. It's just like, hey, let me
Right.
just
It's only one
right.
one. I don't see Microsoft being
I,
like if they not getting nothing out of it. I don't really see them making that business decision.
I think it's a. I don't like the idea, and for several reasons. Number one, to me, that would say that you're trying to get out of the console business, and a bunch of weirdos would celebrate. Oh, we won, Sony, blah blah blah, but you don't realize that that's how you get closer and closer to a monopoly. We really don't want to be out here with only two consoles, with only two companies, because at that point Sony could decide that we have to pay $100 a year for PlayStation Plus, and then some, stuff like that. We need all three of these companies as well as the PC to all be successful. That is very, very important. No matter how much you like or dislike one of these, you need these to stay around. So if they were to do that, I would be a little concerned for how they felt about doing hardware going, in the future. Number two, like Propsy already said, why would a lot of people would forego buying the Xbox because they would just stay on PlayStation. Thirdly, though, that would give them an opportunity to make more money because hardware does not make very much money for them. People don't realize that, and when you go out and buy a PlayStation, they don't make a whole lot of money on that. A lot of their money is made through PlayStation Plus, Xbox Live, and then all the software is what makes them the majority of their money. We talked about it before. PS3s when they first came out were being sold at a loss every time, and then I think somewhere earlier this generation, consoles that were sold only made them $18 a machine or something like that, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So they weren't making a whole lot of money on the hardware side. On the software side, they would. So if they were to put those services out, they would. But I just don't think it's good for the future of the Xbox brand and the hardware if they just did that, because that would effectively telling me that they're trying to get out. That would also, people would have less stuff to argue about if they really want to do a partnership or anything like that. I think the first step towards that is cross-play, like kind of, to be like a normal thing where it doesn't even need to be announced. It's just like a thing where we have cross-play with the other platforms. That way we could play against each other. People are always arguing about what consoles are better. If everybody got to play together, that would be cool. They're in Prophecy, you already mentioned. They are announcing 2 new pieces of hardware at E3. That's what one of the articles says. The article says it's going to be 2 next gen consoles that they're announcing. I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's going to kind of be like like the cell phone thing where it's really like the 10 and the 10 plus or whatever like that. I don't know if they're doing that, but they are announcing new hardware. So because they're announcing new hardware, I just don't know how they're if they're going to do that and put their services on other consoles like that.
I know they might add it. They definitely gonna add it on like the newer smart TVs, like Xbox Live service. Like this is just
that's not a bad idea.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know Sony signed a patent for a handheld, so we possibly might get something.
We announced that. We announced that sometime last year.
I'm trying to also see, because my only thing is, would it be a good idea? I know Sony's gonna look at it like we don't want to accept Live as an application on our PlayStation console, because again, we don't want to support the fact that you might flourish in this shit. Like this shit might jump off. We don't want to support that. We don't want to even make it close for you to succeed in that. Yeah, you don't want it to be a monopoly, but obviously competition is a thing. But these companies want to monopolize shit. Like obviously Sony wants to monopolize the market with everything they got going. So instead of that, you got smart TVs that have PlayStation View on it and all that other stuff. So of course they're looking to do that, but I think their direction is different. But I'm not out here just saying crazy shit. I don't think they're gonna just accept Xbox Live on their console. Hell no.
You may not need Xbox Live. You may just need Xbox Game Pass. It may be just like any other.
No, they're calling it Live. No, they're calling it Xbox Live. But I think the thing of it is like Game Pass. Like it's Game Pass absolutely, but the application, because that's what it's gonna be called on the Nintendo thing. Like it's Live, but I know it's Game Pass.
There's nobody that can really believe that. I mean, it would be. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's probably improbable.
But it's kind of crazy.
You're talking about the same people that don't even allow Fortnite to crossplay with Xbox.
Well, they opened it up
now. It does.
After we
they
complained.
did now, but like that should have been already a thing. So like, look how long it took for them to do that, and how much people complain and talk shit about them to do that.
Mm.
Look how long, if EA Access comes out, how long it took for them to do that. I don't think PlayStation sees things as with an open mind. I really don't. I think they're a really closed-minded company, and I don't believe that and it's crazy because they used to be for like innovation and openness and willingness, but then like after PS4 dropped, they become like, haha, we better than you, we don't need y'all. And that's how they've been this generation. And I think every company goes through that, because Xbox 360 was like that, but it just feels like they too closed-minded. The idea would be great. I would play MW2, Fight Night, and all type of shit on the PS4 if they allowed that to happen. But
right.
I just don't think PlayStation is about that action.
Well, see, is that stuff on Game Pass? I think that's just on it is. You can buy Black Ops 2 on Game Pass?
You can buy we can put the... Oh, wait, am I thinking about the other
You're
thing?
thinking about just the backwards compatibility. Game Pass is you know what I mean? That's that's the other thing.
No, because Game Pass, Game Pass had like 300 something games on it. I think those games are on Game Pass.
We could double check on that.
Yeah, I think those games are.
But like at that point, like all your Xbox exclusives, like that's the other thing. Like if you take a step back, Microsoft bought they bought a whole. I don't want to put a number out here. I don't want to be wrong, but they bought a whole bunch of new studios, or they acquired a whole bunch of new studios to get games going. You mean to tell me that they would get those games, put the games out, have their exclusives, and then somehow have people on PlayStation playing their exclusives on a server? It just doesn't sound right to me that they're going to put out 2 new pieces of hardware and they're going to acquire new studios and then put their games on PlayStation, Nintendo. I don't think that's it.
That's too, to me. That's too much of.
It would be a win for me.
It's too much of a blessing. It's too much of a blessing. Like I don't think anybody is gonna do that. I honestly think that this rumor is a false. I honestly think that all you're gonna be able to do on the Switch is look at your achievements from your Xbox account, and maybe hop into parties.
If it's
I think
anything
that's
else,
probably about it.
we will update you all. We have really just one more thing kind of discussed before we let y'all go. We are around the hour and 20 mark. I don't want to keep y'all here for too long. Real quick, 2 things. The Division 2 open beta starts March 1st through 4th on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So the official game comes out March 15th. So if you want to get access to that beta, it's open. You should be able to play that in just a couple days here. So make sure you, if you're looking at playing that, you only have 4 days to do that. There's another Titanfall game coming out this year. I think this is actually not a bad idea. I think Apex probably introduced some people to, the possibilities of, or opened up some people to the possibilities of a Titanfall experience. So we will see what happens with that. And lastly, for today, anthems. Yo, you know what's crazy? I was really looking forward to that game the moment I seen this shit. And this is like the 3rd time that I looked at a game, and then when it came out, like, my excitement just like plummeted. Star Wars did it to me. Well, that's two of those games are EA games. So I have not got a chance to play Anthem, but what I'm seeing is not good, and it reminds me too much of other games that are similar that did not do their best, put forth their best effort either. So I'm seeing Anthem get compared to Fallout. People aren't saying it's as lackluster and as, broken, but people are not very happy. A lot of people don't feel like there's enough to do. There's not enough end game. This is a complaint that we had with the Year 1 Division. This is a complaint I had with the Monster Hunter. I had this complaint. I had this complaint with other people have had that complaint with the first year for Destiny. So what I'm saying is they've had plenty of examples of what not to do. So, if they did some of that stuff that people are saying, if they forgot content, I'm seeing things like crazy loading times and things like that. Some people say things like that aren't a big deal, but anytime I have long load screens on the game, I realize it. You only realize load times when they're long. So, and then they had like the $20 skins that they were going to try to put out.
That's crazy on a PvE
lot of people,
game.
Yeah, a lot of people don't feel like $60 is
that game is $50 right now.
It's 50 now.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
It's tough, man. A lot of people are saying to just play Warframe instead.
Wow, that's crazy. That's true. Yeah,
because it's a Anthem is like pretty much a loot shooter. So the games that I hear get praised for that kind of style of play the most is Warframe and Ricky. I know you don't like this, but Borderlands 2 did an amazing job with their loot system. You have to reward your players. You have to keep to keep them coming back, and you don't give people beanies and stuff like you did on the Division. That makes people frustrated that I just spent.
Don't even fucking mention that shit.
I spent 3 hours on it.
Spent 30 minutes doing a fucking raid and got a scarf, nigga.
Yeah,
like the fuck.
People don't. You have to make your players feel rewarded, and I think for like 2 hours they changed the loot system, but they gave people too much loot. But people was really enjoying that shit, but then they turned it off. So then people went back to like the to the other side of the spectrum. But chat, we haven't played much Anthem. I'm just reporting to you what I've seen. These are from people that I value their opinion. There's not a whole lot of people on the internet whose opinions I value as much as I used to, because a lot of people, they're partnerships and stuff like that, so they don't really, they kind of walk on eggshells. Then there are some people, they never say anything negative at all about any game, and then stuff like that. I have to say this. There was a guy who had a partnership with EA. He did a review on Anthem, and EA made him take it down.
Yep.
So
they try to defend the case. I think they say that was something else.
As a YouTuber, you have to be able to be critical, but sometimes if you're too critical, then the companies will stop messing with you. A lot of people don't understand that some of the stuff that some of the YouTubers may sacrifice just so they can be honest with y'all, and just for their own peace of mind and their own sanity. What happens is, if you're a YouTuber and you're popular, you can get review copies of games, but if you give bad reviews too often, companies may stop giving you review copies. Here's the thing: if you watch YouTube videos enough, people are more interested in being first than they are in being right. So being first means you get more clicks. More people are going to watch that first day, right? When games first come out or they're close to coming out, people do the reviews. If you've been blacklisted, you don't get a review copy. You get to play the game when y'all get to play it. Now my review's 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks late, and I've missed out on all the day one stuff. That's why you see a lot of YouTubers, not doing reviews, or they're not maybe as critical as they like to be. So you have to be careful of that. But the people that I've been watching, that I feel like I value their opinions, they are a little bit disappointed with Anthem. And it's not even from the potential side, because everybody would agree that the game has a shit ton of potential, but the execution doesn't seem like it's right. I mean, shit, I know this isn't the same, but We Happy Few is another game. I was super excited.
Shit.
I was so fucking excited for that. And then seeing what they put out, I was like, yo, really? Anyway.
Yeah, they fucked that up, dog. But, yeah, Anthem, man. I mean, at this point, anything with EA's name on it that gets announced, as fucked up as it sounds, is getting hit, is getting tanked. And I said this before off stream, I said this on streams, that Apex was lucky to release the day it got announced, the same day. Because had they announced it before, had there been a trailer before showing the abilities of these characters, had they showed everything, people would have tanked the shit out this game. But because it released the same day they announced it and said you could play right now for free, people played it, and now it's looking really good. And I know you said it might be a good idea for Titanfall to drop this year because of it, but remember, you don't see EA pushing their name on Apex Legends. The Titanfall blog, Titanfall Twitter, they changed their names to Apex Legends. And they're pushing everything under Apex Legends. I think they even know it themselves that them pushing that agenda of EA is not just the name and the logo, the brand isn't even looking well to people. And there's groups of people who are just purposely looking to shoot this game, to shoot anything EA related down. So the fact that the game, because remember, we do that with Call of Duty. If had a certain Call of Duty not had been titled Call of Duty, we would have probably appreciated the game more. Like Advanced Warfare. But because that shit said Call of Duty, and we think back traditional Call of Duty, I ain't cool with the shits. Because of the fact all the strafing shit, that shit fucked up Call of Duty for me. But hey, I'm telling you, man, it's because that name, that shit got a stamp on it, people not fucking with it.
Chat, how many people in here have played Anthem? How many like it? How many don't?
That is real, bro.
And I'm just going to read, just to put this in a little bit of perspective, I'm going to read you all some of the more recent EA games, okay? And then, you can decide on what you heard was disappointing and what wasn't. So Sea of Solitude, I don't think this is out yet. Anthem just came out. Apex Legends, very good game. Probably, as far as EA brand, this is probably the best game that they've put out, quality wise, and just all around, a good product in a while. Battlefield 5, FIFA. I never know much about the FIFA community or how they feel, so I can't really speak on FIFA. NHL, I know. I don't know much about the NHL community as of late. I do know, I think it was 17 or 18 people were really disappointed in that. You have Live, you have Madden, you have Star Wars Battlefront 2, you have Need for Speed Payback. These are some of the most recent games that they've had. I think there's, unfortunately, I think people have an issue with the EA being a part of a game. Like, a lot of people seem like they have like second thoughts, or not second thoughts, but I think they're a little bit more critical, or a little bit more careful about their purchases when it comes to EA. So FIFA's garbage. That's what they're saying. FIFA's garbage. Anthem was cool at first, but once you get to grinding, it gets boring. I like it, but I can't play it because my internet's trash. Don't plan on playing it. It was okay. Played the beta, it was ass. I stopped messing with EA after Mass Effect. Yeah, I forgot about that game too. I haven't looked EA's way since Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Chef likes it. Okay. Biggie likes it. Respect the Logo loves it. So it looks like there's some mixed reviews. I'm not all about scores. I'm not. However, when a game gets a really low score, that puts off a little bit of a red flag for me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get on Rotten Tomatoes often, but when I seen that Gotti movie got a 0, I'm sorry, that's just funny.
Hey, that's wild, because I wanted to see that movie in the trailer, and then I was just
It got
like,
a
yo,
0.
they ain't bugging.
So Anthem has a 60 on Metacritic. Again, Metacritic is not the end all be all. There's end all be all. There's plenty of games that I've seen get 75s and 80s that I love, and there's games that have gotten like 84s, 85s that I was like, I just don't like this, or it's not for me. So I'm not saying that, but a 60 is surprisingly low. Excuse me. I'm trying.
Remember, that goes back to what I said though. Anything, even if Anthem is fun to the majority, that shit got EA's name on it.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like, I think we know, all the games EA make, but I don't think like a lot of the casuals necessarily know. I just want to tell y'all some of the games that have a higher score than Anthem. If I can find it. We've got...
Yo, Sea of Thieves did better than Anthem, dog.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Gwent the card game. Gwent's dope. Battlefield 5, Black Ops 4 has an 83. Metro Exodus did very well with 84. I'm looking forward to whenever.
Whoa, Jump Force got a 59.
Yeah, Jump Force did not do that well. Fallout 76 has a 76 or 52. I'm sorry. Fallout 76 has a 52. Overkill's The Walking Dead has a 51. Let me see what else we got. Apex is sitting at an 88. That's a great score, yo. There's games, I don't even know some of these games that have... Rad 3 came out. I didn't even know that came out. That got a 70. The Hong Kong Massacre, I don't know what that is. That a 67. Yeah, Jump Force. Crackdown got a 50. Oh man, Crackdown, damn son. 57. Anyway, I'm just saying.
The fact that Anthem is right, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are we really rating these games? Because even though I said Anthem right now is sitting very low, there's no way that Anthem 65 should be matching Crackdown 60. Or because remember, Anthem got a 60 on PC, but Crackdown is legit. Like, that shit shouldn't even deserve a 60. I don't give a shit what. And like, graphically, it looks nice. I think that's just too high.
You think Crackdown's score is too high?
if you would take the time to play that story as I did, you would be like, yo, fam, what was presented to us years ago? This game has been scrapped several times because it's one map per mode on the online. What type of shit is that? One map per mode. And I know why they decided to put like an auto aim lock in the game, but at the same time, everything is so dated with how they do it mechanically that you're looking at it like, yo, dog, mobile games are meeting the expectations far better than this shit is.
A 52 is, well, you said Crackdown had 52 or 49.
No, Crackdown 3 right now is sitting at a 60. And Anthem on PC is sitting at a 60. So what are we really rating these games? Because Crackdown 3 is unfathomable. Like, bro, you can't, there's no defending the fact that the story mode is the same shit over, like, Mafia 3 story. We love the cutscenes, but then you start noticing it gets a little bit repetitive with how you handle the enemies. You have to keep on, I guess, for them to spill the beans and shit, we have to get them in a certain animation, like we're about to kill them.
Yeah.
Well, Anthem is like that just with each mission before you hit a boss fight. In fact, I would compare it to Mario Odyssey. Once you get to the end boss, it's the same shit. You hit each boss 3 times, and bam, you're on to the next world.
Okay. Final question. We're going to have to wrap it up. We're actually running low on time.
Big bet.
Do you think Anthem could, if they were to get the content out and get the feedback and start making those adjustments, do you think that there's a chance that the game could be like an actual great game? Because I mean, what they have, I felt that what they had was, they had a good foundation. You know what I mean? Even though that people already have Destiny. That's the other thing. If people have Destiny and they have other games that are like that, so the EA has to do something to make people choose Anthem over Destiny. Anyway,
They should.
With the resurgence of like Rainbow and No Man's Sky and
even Destiny,
Warframe and stuff like that, and Destiny, like I believe anything is possible. I don't know the reason why I've been quiet because I don't know anything about Anthem. I know I was hyped for it in the very beginning, but I haven't even looked up any videos or watched any streams or anything of it. I don't really, I don't wish bad on it. I want it to be great. I want it to give me a reason to want to buy it, essentially. But as of now, I don't have a reason to. So I believe that with the proper, the real question is it going to? Is EA actually going to do that to get people, or are they going to just consider it dead DOA?
they're probably not going to do that. I think they want to try to keep as many people as possible. But the bigger question that everybody needs to ask themselves. People always say, well, they're going to fix it. They're going to do this. They're going to add this. They're going to add that. Just in gaming in general. Why couldn't we get their best product at launch? Why do we have to always wait for them to put stuff in the game that should have been in the game? Especially when you have the blueprint already. You have these games and you see what they're doing. And you know what the communities wanted from them. So when it comes to your game, you got to say, okay, we have a similar kind of style of game. These people wanted this, so let's give them this when we launch, or even right after we launch, to get people in there, instead of putting out when people feel that the game's not finished.
You know what's bad?
That they need to start giving us discounts and shit, bro. Like
No,
if you got a day one or day two big ass patch or something, brother, we need like some sort of shit back.
They give us in game. They can give us money to spend in the game too. They don't have to give us like a refund, but they can give us some spend in the game.
Record. No, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but we need some.
No, but peep this.
Consolation.
Yeah, I would say that. One thing though, what's fucked up about Anthem is that it may have its bugs, it may crash, it has that shit right, but the feel of the game feels so freaking good, like the lift off, everything. And I will agree with everyone who's been saying that you feel like you have like some sort of Iron Man ability, the way that you lift off. I don't put it past that they got their hands filled with like how good and how much work they put in mechanically with the game, because everything as far as the weapons, everything feels really good and stiff. Like I like it. But
Whoa.
content wise is come on, man. Don't fuck up my moment. Nah, but look, content wise is where they struggle.
He said everything feels real good.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna say this again. It ain't worse than what Kofi said. Shout out to Kofi from the Press Star podcast. He said, "Yo, they clapping me from behind." That's it. That was the worst shit I've heard.
I seen that. I don't even get on Twitter, but I seen that.
Yo, shout out to Kofi, man. But nah, content is where your game gets killed. And I also suggested that this game had PvP, and that's something that you guys should have at least made it aware, because this game would be fire with PvP. But I don't know.
They're probably going to put it in there, but the thing is that was that in the plans, or are they going to do that?
Nope.
That wasn't. To be honest, that's where Division failed. Like, yeah, the Dark Zone is technically air quotes PvP, but like they should have did something team based oriented or something like that, as opposed to just that. Because to me, that's where Division failed, and it's key. And the reason that makes Destiny what it is because it is a PvP game still. So even if you don't like the story, the single player, et cetera, you can at least go into Crucible and get loose in that cruise.
Big facts on this though. Like, since I'm not huge on PvE, but what made it fun for Destiny, what made it fun for even the Division, because I had hyped up a little bit of the fact that Dark Zone was going up against people, was what I would earn and get from the loot from a PvP. I was able to bring it to a PvE. I would bring it to like PvP, right? But Anthem, it doesn't make me feel anything good when I see that I'm just going to continue to get loot from the same missions because they don't have that much content, and I'm just looting up to go back up against NPCs in the environment. Like, I like the experience of earning shit from PvE and bringing it to the multiplayer. And that's why they fucked up with the Iron Banner in Destiny 2, because that shit didn't even matter anymore from how much you've grind for items and shit. I know Prophecy knows that shit, so like that shit's crazy. So with Anthem, come on, that's upsetting.
Try to give the community what they want as best you can. But guys, I'm sorry. We're going to have to wrap it up. We are way over our time. I don't know what Carter's sending me Google links for. Shout out to...
I'm live right now.
Michael, thanks for the donation. Resident Evil will be out tomorrow evening. I already recorded the video. I have to edit it. We'll have to render it. Static Show, much appreciated. Thank you for coming through with that donation. Reborn, thank you for the donation as well. And I think that is it. Anybody have anything they want to say before we go?
Make sure you check out everybody's channel, Prophecy's Twitch. Everything's in the links in the description. I'm going to be playing Apex in like 10-15 minutes. I'm going to be going live. So I will shoot out the link to y'all in the chat. Come through. We'll be chilling there. Whatever and everything. Everybody can fuck around and shit. But yeah, again, check out everybody's Twitters, Twitches, YouTube channels in the description below. We appreciate y'all, man. We back next week again. Game of L's. What's up?
Prophecy ain't got his shit.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you a phone game, yo. Hey, listen, man.
We can give him some on PS4. I'm pretty sure we can find something.
Yo, they got phone games are kind of fire lately too. So yeah. I'll include mobile.
Okay. All right, family.
You're getting Tetris.
Thank everybody for coming through. I will see you all here for Resident Evil and stuff tomorrow. So check the sub box tomorrow evening.
Hit the like button on the stream.
All the donos, appreciate y'all. Yo.
Yeah, and remember, it's just gummies. You know what I'm saying?
That's not what I thought she was gonna say.
Yeah, and he gets bumps from eating them too. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream, y'all.
Every like is like a bump on my head.
Whoa, you live when you said that?